Southampton versus Man U game, find that Man U fans are really crying that they were denied a penalty. Do you think that it was a penalty?
Basically, what I can tell you is I think that all sums up the inconsistency in officiating in the Premier League. For me, I think that was a penalty, but because it's United and they were not given the penalty, I think it's just okay. It's fair. It was fair.
True. Man City, they had a 1-0 win against Crystal Palace. That game was very tight.
That was a lucky win, and I think Jack Grealish is a cheat. I'd said that earlier, but I think he's a big cheat. That was a dive. That should not never been a penalty. Not a penalty in any other day. If you compare that to the penalty that maybe United was crying for, or the 3 penalties that we are crying for against Bournemouth, you can only see how inconsistent the officiating has been.
Let us go straight to Man City. Man City, they had a 1-0 win against Crystal Palace. That game was very tight.
That was a lucky win, and I was really hoping on Vieira as a former Ghana that he could maybe do us a favor of getting us maybe a draw against Man City. But Jack Grealish is a cheat because the penalty was not a penalty.
That was not a penalty.
Minute. He tripped himself over his own shoelaces.
Man City managed to get a penalty against Crystal Palace, and considering that Manchester as a whole fans, they were saying that Man City were in the title race. So I think Man City trying to struggle with a penalty against Crystal Palace, it just shows that this league has been blessed, and I think they should improve on 1 or 2. What do you think?
I think maybe to some extent pia unajua niliona somewhere some pundits saying that I don't know that champions win in that style. They win whether the game is hard or the game is easy.
True.
But I'm not going to buy into that. I think this thing, it's been Arsenal, it's been written all over the stars. I think Jack Grealish is a cheat. I'd said that earlier, but I think he's a big cheat. That was a dive. That should not never been a penalty, and it's not a penalty in any other day. If you compare that to the penalty that maybe United was crying for, or the 3 penalties that we are crying for against Bournemouth, I think you can only see how inconsistent the EPL referees, the officiating has been. It's been subpar. So I think that was not supposed to be a penalty. I was hoping that we could get a draw as a Crystal Palace supporter.
Because we have Patrick Vieira there in Ghana.
Because we have Patrick Vieira, and as well because Man City is the only team that is threatening our lead onto our clutches onto this. So it was a bad win. I didn't like it.
I also didn't like that, and I think it was a bad day in office. And you find that Man City, they are good. They are good, but I think this season, to be honest, Man City should just concentrate on FA. FA Cup is what I know Man City are going to win. Okay, let me be honest. One Manchester is going to win my FA, and we are hoping that it's Man City because Manchester already have a Carabao Cup, and each team should just win their cup. Each team should just win a cup that they think they can win, because you find that it's not good. It's not good referees giving a false penalty for a team to win, and you find that in other areas you find that a team has been denied a penalty or a VAR check and it loses 2 points. That win was not good. As much as it won, we are not happy. So jumping next to on Sunday, we see that first let us talk about Man U. These people, they're struggling a draw against Southampton, number 20 in the league.
I think Southampton are going to get relegated because there is no way you are in the relegation scrap. You're the last team in the table, and you've had over 60 minutes of football playing a team that is 1 man less, and then you cannot even have proper shots on target. You cannot even score a goal. I think this is the season that Southampton are going, and I'll be very happy because each and every season Southampton has been picking points from us. It could be through a draw, through beating us. I'll be happy when they go.
So we find that Southampton versus Man U game, you find that Man U fans are really crying that they were denied a penalty. Do you think that play was a penalty?
Basically, what I can tell you is I think that all sums up the inconsistency in officiating in the Premier League. Because another day, another afternoon, that could have been a penalty.
Yeah.
So for me, I think that was a penalty. But because it's United and they were not given the penalty, I think it's just okay. It's fair. It was fair.
True. Yeah, it was very fair.
They've got some decisions their way that they should not have had their way. So I think maybe if you get, you also just give. So
and looking at that game, me personally, I would say that the goalkeepers, De Gea, and that other guy, that black man, he really played well. And you find that if Southampton are really going to be relegated, then I think Tottenham should buy that goalkeeper because they have Hugo Lloris going on retire. I think that Southampton goalkeeper is masterclass because you find that he really saved a lot of kicks.
I think he's done well because coming in, they now have 3 clean sheets in the last 4, as opposed to 3 clean sheets that they had in the last 44 in the Premier League. So I think the goalkeeper is good. If Southampton is going down, I think that goalkeeper is going to get his big move, as well as Lavia. Lavia is a very is a beautiful footballer to watch. He plays very good football, very composed in the middle of the park. So I think Lavia too won't go down.
We think of what about Ward-Prowse?
Ward-Prowse is good, but he's good enough for championship as well. So I think Ward-Prowse will go down.
You just say Ward-Prowse with all the free kicks.
No, as a footballer, you should not just be a footballer that you can. And that's why United are also moving away from De Gea. De Gea is a very good goalkeeper. But now football has developed. You cannot just be a goalkeeper who makes saves. Now we need footballer that can pass the ball, can do true. And that is the only reason why United are moving away from De Gea.
A very good example.
Ward-Prowse.
A very good example is Alisson Becker. That goalkeeper Mazemi, I really like him. He's the only goalkeeper that has given 2 assists this season.
Yeah,
you find that he knows the team, he knows the field, and personally, me, I would say that Ward-Prowse is a good player, and I think Ward-Prowse should check on his dribbling tactics and going forward, because you find that Ward-Prowse is a midfielder, but when the ball comes to him, he only thinks of getting the ball backwards so that he can begin the play. And Manchester United had people who like this thing called they call it the counter. You know, Manchester United is the only team that is scoring a lot of goals with counter. And going forward, I hope that Ward-Prowse can really improve on his game. You find that his number 8 is a midfielder. He's supposed to be the main man in the midfield, and we are hoping that they can improve because Southampton, they are really going to relegation. And from number 15 to number 20, I will repeat here, and I already said last episode, it is only 3-point difference from number 15 to number 20. So whoever is going to win is going to move from the relegation battle. So we are hoping that Southampton can improve. And going next, we are having...
No, I'm not hoping they improve. I just hope they go.
They go down. We just want they go down.
I want them to go down. They've been picking up points from us. In the first leg, we had 1 draw and 1 loss.
1 loss, yeah.
The draw was against Southampton. And the loss was against Manchester United. These are 2 teams that if they can get relegated, it will be a field day for Arsenal. So I'll be happy.
Yeah, we are hoping so. At the comment section, you can tell us, what do you think of Southampton? And jumping next, we are seeing that the EPL top of the table played on Sunday. They played against Fulham. Very enjoyable match. What can you say of that, my friend?
The game was fantastic. I loved the game.
Yeah.
It was very good. I've never been a fan of comebacks because when you play comebacks, it means that you chase the game for majority of the time, and then you come back later. So a comeback is detrimental because first it takes away from the players. They give over 100% for them to win that game. So unapata the next game they cannot do anywhere better. So I'm just happy that our players, despite giving their over 150% against Bournemouth to get a win, they still came and did well, unlike United that have been doing comebacks and then it caught up with them and they could not do it anymore against Southampton.
So looking at the title race, we find that Arsenal is the only team with more than 65 points right now, and we have only played 27 games. Are you now sure that we are winning this thing?
I'm very much optimistic. There are only 2 places that I think this league is going to be decided. and I really hope. I know we need 11 games to go. We need 10 wins.
Yeah, only 10 wins.
10 wins means that we are going to finish the league at 96 points.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that we can get those 10 bar one at Manchester City.
Yeah.
But I think what we can do if we want to win this league
Yeah.
in the best way is beating Man City. And if
Yeah,
we
true,
cannot
true, true.
beat them,
We have to
at
draw.
least let us get a draw against them. For Liverpool, I'm sure also we can get a draw against them.
Sure.
Those are the only games that are going to decide the fate of this Premier League, because we are winning the rest fixtures, the remaining fixtures. We are going to win everything. We are going to beat Liverpool. We are going to beat Chelsea. We are going to beat Newcastle
Leeds.
United. We are going to beat Leeds. In fact, we are going to win our next 4 games before playing Manchester City, before playing Liverpool.
True. And talking of that, I find that Gabriel Jesus has just come back, and that guy is a true footballer. And you find that now Arsenal has now a squad depth. Trossard is very, very, very. Hey, I don't even know the name to give Trossard, because that boy is masterclass. We are very thankful to Mikel Arteta for going for Trossard instead of Mikhailo Mudryk, because Trossard has just proven that he's worth playing for the Gunners. And that squad, our squad, just to avoid those 2 or 3 injuries, I think we are good to go. So looking at the table with the games that have just played, we now know that the teams that are going to win this league, the teams that are going to be relegated, and we are really hoping that Man City can get 2 draws. We getting 2 draws from their next games. It really isn't our pressure. Manchester United being number 3, we don't even know. We are 16 points clear you, so we know that we are the only 2 teams that are going to contend for this Premier League is only Man City and Arsenal. And we hope you as a fan out there get ready, anza kuzoea sahi mapema. The only team that is going to win this thing is either Man City or Arsenal, and we are hoping Man City can win FA, so that Arsenal
and you know and you know I think the fact that Man City are going to be playing FA and we are going to be playing the league in the next week is going to give us even bigger space, because if we win our next fixture, we'll be 8 points above them, given that they're going to play the league. So the pressure will be on them to catch up. And that pressure is very good pressure, because then Liverpool is also just around the corner. So it's going to be good pressure for them.
And I'm hoping that also Tottenham, please catch up. Manchester United is only 2 points clear you. So please, all these top 5 teams, we know. And I'm going to give you the lineup. Number 1 is Arsenal. Number 2, Man City. Number 3, Tottenham. Number 4, Liverpool. Man U. Number 5 or 6, because Newcastle is also there. What do you say? Comment section iko free. We are hoping that Arsenal can win number 1, Man City number 2, number 3 Tottenham, number 4 Liverpool, Man U or Newcastle number 5, because we don't know who's going to win there. And that sums up our weekend sum up.